It's Wednesday, September 18th, 2013, and this is Slashplayed Podcast. Sorry we're late. It's Keith's fucking fault, but he's here now.
I'm here now.
Also,
yeah, he is.
Also, Dustin's here.
Yeah, I am.
Woo!
Woo!
High energy this.
It's only kind of my fault.
I feel like our energy is
It's only kind of entirely your fault.
No. It was my fault.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
if you have to blame one of the three of us.
our energy is already at about like 300,000% better than last week.
I think...
God, that was so fucking dry. I felt bad about it. I was like, man, we all suck this week.
I was tired.
Yeah, you were.
I don't remember why I was that tired.
Yeah, you were like fucking like zombied over there.
Yeah,
like you throw in like your 3 cents and then just kind of revert back into and just
I was
listen
really
to the
tired.
conversation. Then you'd lean up, have part of the conversation, then lean back right back.
Yeah.
I don't even remember why I was so tired. I don't feel like it was a specifically crazy day or anything.
Shit happens sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised I'm not tired right now. I had to work over today.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, you know.
And yet we're already recording, which is weird.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
So, hey, Keith, what'd you do this week?
Oh, what did I do? So, remember last week when I was telling you guys about that company picnic?
Yes.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
How'd that go?
I kicked the shit out of my store manager in a 3-legged race.
Hell yeah.
Were you tied to him and you just were like...
No, I was tied to one of the crew guys.
Did you
from
literally
our
just
store.
kick him?
Store manager's a chick. And no.
Okay. Why not?
Well,
You had a whole extra leg.
No.
You could have done so much more shit kicking.
No, but here's the thing. Because I'm pretty sure I think you should.
Nobody can see you. It's okay.
I'm pretty sure I forfeited my raise because my store manager doesn't control my raises anymore.
Because you pushed her over and then you spit on her.
No, I actually, my district supervisor, I stiff-armed the shit out of her.
Yeah, that's...
Because we started the
Team building.
Yeah, it was me and one of the crew members from our store. We were on a team, and then it was just 2 other crew members from 2 other stores for the first race. And we took off, and then my district supervisor jumps in front of us because she knew we were going to win because me and my partner had already practiced a little bit. And because I was in the
Cheating ass motherfuckers.
and because I was in the military, I just called a cadence. That's the easiest way to do it.
There you go.
I just went out center, out center, out center, out center, out center, and we were booking, we were boogieing. So my district supervisor jumps in front of me, and I literally just took my arm and stuck it on her shoulder and went...
So she was not part of the race, she just...
No, she was just trying to help them. So I just went, nope, and stiff-armed her.
Fuck that noise, she deserved that.
That's why you're the manager, Keith.
Yeah.
That's called problem-solving skills.
Yeah. You know.
So,
in the clutch.
But then I didn't because I'm a competitive person, so once I got into it...
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, we know this.
But once I got into it, all I saw was just a body in front of me, and I was just like, brah! And stiff-armed the shit out of her. And then we won the race, and my district supervisor she was just standing there, just like, he just pushed me. I can't believe he just pushed me out of the way. I was like, I'm sorry, don't fire me. And then the next leg was against...
Somebody's going to have to do sexual harassment training next week.
Shit, right? Oh, wow, I didn't think of that. Nope. But the next leg was against my store manager. And
especially since weren't you getting paid for this picnic?
Yes.
So, yeah, you're on the clock, motherfucker.
Totally was on the clock. I was on the clock and abused my district supervisor. Who else can say that? I like my job.
Yeah, well...
But the next leg was against my store manager and the store manager from one of our sister stores.
Wait, how many legs were there to this 3-legged race?
2.
What the...
Nope.
There was more.
Nope.
There was more.
I would have been stoked if you would have said 3. That would have been the best answer.
There was more. Well, we were trying to get a third one going, but some of the people were shy and shit. I don't care.
Ball.
We tried to get a hula hoop competition going. Nobody wanted to do it.
Fucking center legs.
But it was
fucking tripods, man.
The next race was me and my partner, same partner, against the store manager from our store and the store manager from one of our sister stores. And Miss Pat did the countdown, and she was just like, ready, set, and on set they took off. So I was like, oh fuck no. But they got a good lead. But then me and Sean just started walking them down. We were just walking them down, and our district supervisor was just like,
go.
We gave you a head start, and they still beat you. They walked you guys down, and me and Sean were just up top. And then, unfortunately, he wore shorts and now has wicked awesome rope burn.
Nice.
Because we were using a jump rope to tie our legs together.
That could be worse. It could be duct tape.
Yeah. See, I suggested duct tape.
That's a bad suggestion.
I was wearing slacks, though.
You're a dick.
Yeah, true. But
wearing slacks with a duct tape stripe on them for the rest of forever, like from where the glue
Right,
gets
yeah.
stuck to it, and you're just like,
And you're like peeling away at your hair,
Exactly.
trying to get the glue residue off. Duct tape's the worst on
and
your
then
skin.
and then you get dog fur all over that one strip.
I have dogs too. That would have been a bad idea.
Yeah, yeah. See how bad that idea is.
But like,
No, I like this idea now. I'm coming around on it.
it was really interesting to see all this because the jump
Because
ropes
then you get to see which happens first. Does all the dog hair get off and the adhesive go away, or does the hair grow back? Science. Bringing science to this bitch.
It was nice to see all the store managers though, because like the jump ropes were like kid-sized jump ropes, but all of the store managers were out there just jump roping, so they were all like hunched over and just like jump roping.
Oh my god!
All I saw was Crunk from The Emperor's New Groove.
Essentially, yeah, just do. It was nice to see that all of our bosses are human.
Yeah,
Yeah,
every
it's-
once in a while, that's nice. That's a good refresher.
Yeah, and then the owner turned up, and the owner hung out for a little bit. But it was weird because we were listening to like old school hip hop because majority of the
Like you do.
yeah, like you do. The majority of the managers are either female or black female, but even to us dudes, who doesn't like some old school Snoop Doggy Dogg and some Notorious B.I.G.
Fucking assholes who don't know how to live.
Right. But as soon as our owner started walking up and he came and started shaking people's hands and stuff, our district was just like, change the music.
So suddenly the classical came on. And
Yeah,
it
we
was
started
like,
listening to like some 80s contemporary or
Oh,
some
god
shit.
damn it.
Yeah.
I don't think you can say 80s contemporary.
Yeah, you can't. Well, 80s at the time would have been contemporary.
No, you can, because classic rock is a genre.
That's not, yeah, true. That's not entirely, that Foghat came on that radio station, which was nice. It got flipped from awesome to semi-okay, and then I finished my burger and left.
Yep.
I was like, I've been here for
Wait,
2.5 hours.
wait,
so.
what kind of burgers did you guys make?
Actual burgers.
Although, whoa, shots fired.
I was gonna say it wasn't a ham sandwich and chips kind of day, because
No,
it
see,
is a
Guys
picnic.
didn't go down to the Kentucky Fried or get some Bojangles.
but the buns that we used, we just took a rack of regular buns from one of the stores.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
And then the pickles that we had there were just one of the big tubs of the
Stop it!
pickles
You
from
will
one of the
not.
stores.
You will not promote that man.
Yeah, I know.
You fucking animal.
Had to.
But there was like somebody went to Sam's Club or something and got like a shit ton of fucking honey buns. So I had a hamburger and a honey bun. And
Oh,
that was
Jesus.
like my picnic.
Why
You
did
put
you-
the honey
yeah, you
bun
put-
on the hamburger,
Yes.
and then smothered it in ketchup, and then you ate it.
No, they brought mac sauce, of course, because they're not idiots.
Well, yeah.
No, we're
because they're not
idiots.
savages.
You're fucking retarded. God.
You just bring a whole bag.
Super
of it.
fat ass big. No, so you take a honey bun on the bottom, then you put the burger on,
Yeah.
then you put cheese, another burger, pickles, onions, mac sauce, another honey bun on top.
And that's your bun.
Yeah,
The bun.
They're
the
honey
honey buns.
buns.
they are
Yeah.
honey buns. I mean, this is the.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. But it was interesting because I overdressed a little bit. But
Well, yeah, you were wearing slacks. And
yeah,
Other people were in
yeah,
shorts.
I had like slacks and one of my nice golf shirts on, and everybody else was like in picnic wear. And
Don't you hate when that happens?
yeah, no shit, right? But one of the
Who's picnic?
luckily,
and like one golf glove.
You were in like
glove.
fancy picnic
Yeah.
wear.
like luckily when the owner showed up, he was wearing. Of course, he was dressed up because he's the owner and stuff. But so I was like, hey, me and the owner match. But when I rolled up, one of the managers from our store, he was like.
He's just like, hey, turn that music back
Who?
on.
That would have been awesome.
Yo, pump that shit.
Pump that shit.
And one of the managers from our store was just like, Keith, who the hell dresses up for a picnic? And I just like, this guy. And then like everybody around me was like, that guy. And I was like, see, I got support. And I just walked away.
Word. Anything else happen?
The band recorded vocals, so we have a vocal track coming shortly.
Word. For multiple songs or just one song?
Just one for now, because
Okay.
it got to the point where I was just unbearably frustrated at the hardware we were using because
I wouldn't know what that's like.
yeah, you wouldn't.
Nope. Except for when I know exactly when that's like. Hey, we were supposed to have another video posted for another game, but guess what?
Your computer hates people.
Fuck my computer, apparently.
No shit.
No, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean that.
I'm just kidding.
Now we
baby,
gotta
I
go.
love
Now we
you.
gotta go find a fucking chicken.
I need you to post more podcasts, please. Don't
Don't do this, man.
do this.
But yeah, we only got one song done. But we really only had like concrete lyrics for one song anyway. So doing any other songs would have just been a waste of time.
Yeah, you don't need to force it.
Yeah. But it came out good. The mix is good. It's going to be up on the Reverb here. Actually, it posted at the time of recording 45 minutes ago.
Word.
So go check it out.
One of these days, I'll actually post it. Hey, you should go look at this thing on the.
You should.
Yeah, listen. There's a lot of things I should do.
We'll cross promote.
We'll work on it.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah.
A Vessel Silhouette is going to release the official Slashplayed anthem.
Is that actually going to happen?
Yeah, I talked to the band actually after when at the cast I brought it up. And you were just like, hey, you should write me something for like an intro.
It better be
outro
awesome.
Kind of thing.
It better fit what we're doing and not just be like. Or it can be that.
Well, we'll
just take that. That's a clean cut. You can just take that and just. We'll just loop it for like 30 seconds.
The idea I had was like taking like funny sound bites from all the various podcasts and just insert like literally shoehorning them in as lyrics.
Best of luck with that one.
Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be hard for like a post-hardcore heavy metal band to like write an anthem for a video game website, but we'll give it a shot.
Just like Pop Goes Punk that shit, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, the track we use for our intro and outro. Remix it.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah, steal that guy's stuff.
Hey, it's a cover.
No,
fair rights usage.
I want a sick drum beat under it.
Okay.
Which means you've got to do it.
I don't know. Greg's pretty good.
And then I want you to
heavy cowbell.
And then I want you to put. And then I want you to put like. I want you to get to like some part, and it be like Slashplayed, and then
no,
and then you cut
guys
RJ in, and then it just says I want a sick drum beat behind that, and then it's just like yeah, no, seriously.
Does your vocalist do the nonsense?
He's in a higher register, but yeah, it's screaming.
Okay.
I mean, if you want it guttural,
or we can get like an 80s hair metal Slashplayed,
and harmonize that shit, vocal harmonies.
Dude, yes,
that'll be retarded. I'm looking forward to it.
I will visit just to help with the harmonies.
Yeah.
I will visit just to go. No, again. Not good enough. Anything else? We're not getting into games yet, which I'm sure you haven't played.
No.
Okay.
I've played some.
Oh, weird. All right, hold on to that thought.
Yeah. Holding.
You got anything else going on?
Another weekend. I'm off this Friday, which is nice.
Word.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll actually throw down here or something.
Thursday? Because he's off Friday? So tomorrow?
Tomorrow night. I'm broke as fuck.
Yeah, well, join the club.
Yeah, but yeah, I get off work tomorrow at like 9.
We'll get into my anger off the podcast where people who care about it can actually be told, and by that I mean you. So you're done?
Yeah, sure.
Well, are you sure?
No, I can't.
Fucking turn your phones off. This is a professional recording.
I bet you that didn't even pick up.
Yeah, I bet it didn't, but now I made a point of it.
But
Shut up.
Dude, I barely remember the last week. So
Word.
I've been hella busy between the band, you guys, and work.
Okay.
Yeah. So
the fact that this is only like my second week in the apartment is really weird.
Yeah, well,
why's that?
I don't know. It feels like I've been here a while.
It's the black mold. You breathe it in, and it just kills your brain cells.
Well,
that must be it.
Before you moved in, you were here like every night.
It's true.
So.
Yeah, but that felt like I was here, 4 times a week, 5 times a week. Now I'm here every day, so it's like it feels like weeks have gone by.
How's that website coming?
It's in the works. I'm not thrilled about it right now. I may scrap it and start over.
Great. That's what I love to hear.
At least he's trying to produce quality.
It's not far enough. It's not far enough along to where I would feel really sad about it.
I got ridiculed for how I tried to direct people to the website because we were on Fuck You and Friends again last week, and yeah, it was like no, it was the man. Your website is really hard to go to because it's //played. If you're just gonna type it into Facebook, I should just tell people to search /played all one word.
Yeah,
but I'm an idiot. So
yeah, this is true.
Like find us at.
Speaking of, how'd the Fuck You thing go?
It
better,
was better, yeah,
and
definitely.
worse all at the same time.
Yeah, how so?
Dive Kick is not really a game that can be talked about at length.
It's not as good as dildo bats.
Yeah, I mean, we started off retardedly strong, and then
The first week we talked about Saints Row 4.
Oh.
And then we went to Dive Kick because, yeah.
Did people laugh?
Yeah, I mean, we had...
at us.
We had some... No, I mean, we had some
Or
some
near
quality.
us.
It was kind of early, though. It wasn't near as late as the last one was.
Self-deprecating comedy is pretty successful, though.
Self-deprecating comedy is a lot more successful.
Self-defecating comedy is even funnier.
Oh, God, you have no idea. Talk about a shit show.
Oh, man.
All right, Dustin, what'd you do this week?
Let's see. Well,
Fucker.
obviously right after last week's podcast, we did Fuck You and Friends, which is always a blast. And anybody who listens to our podcast who can stomach us for more than 30 seconds would probably enjoy the show.
How many likes are we up to on Facebook?
43?
43.
That's 43 people that can stomach you more than 20 seconds.
Well,
no,
except for the people who don't listen to
the
it.
people who don't listen, right?
Oh,
I'm talking about the people who actually listen to this.
Yeah, Savannah.
Just calling names, man.
It's funny because she'll never hear this.
Nope.
This will be the one she listens to.
Or she will, and she'll fucking beat the shit. Well, that'll be the same as every other day.
Unless we replay it for her when she gets here.
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
I hate my voice too much.
yeah, that's a valid
And
point.
I hate your voice too, but I can't fucking stop that. So.
Yeah, well,
I love you, Keith.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
well, you
He
got
likes
that
my voice.
you got that smooth, sexy voice.
I do
Keith.
have a smooth, sexy voice.
that's not true at all.
It's not true at all. My
Um,
voice is very harsh.
also, for anybody who's in the area, we're going to Casamata this Friday to fucking
Eat
hang
pizza
out.
and be awesome. Hey, you can come to. Holy shit!
I can come
figured it
to an
out.
event.
That I'm not upset about. That's the one. That's the one that gets a pass.
Still broke shit though.
Yeah, well, it's a big ass pizza, and between the three of us,
Get some funds.
You know I'm good for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say get some funds because it's about $20 for the
Let's
badass
see,
honking
here.
pizza
If my calculations are correct, payday's next week, so I'm good.
next
for it.
week.
Hey, I might actually get paid this Friday, if I'm guessing correct. Well, from
last week.
no, from my previous job because they do like every 2 weeks, and then I got paid like the last week that I worked there. So payroll goes in on Monday, get paid on Friday.
Right.
So
you actually have money coming to you.
I'm guessing that that's gonna happen.
If they don't, they owe you a check.
Well, yeah, you know what? This dude's good for it. It's not like my job that I left before here, where I think they might have pulled a fast one on me on my last week.
I think so.
And that was like one of the longest weeks I worked. Period.
Bastards.
Yeah, I just want to.
Yeah, because I remember you were waiting on that money and then it never came.
Yep. Yeah,
That's a
that's
shame.
That's a bummer.
Did you ever call him?
No,
About that?
I'm-
Yeah, really should have.
Well, it's kind of too late now.
Well, yeah.
It's been a little while.
Yours was a co-op store, wasn't it? Corporate?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. You would have to call the region office or something.
Yeah, I really
like
don't
that.
feel like calling Chicago.
Yeah, fuck that. Well, I think it would have been handled in the Raleigh region. Although you guys get letters and shit from Chicago.
Yeah.
When I get letters and stuff, it's from the office in Wilmington.
Yeah, ours come from one McDonald's Drive or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have their
Jesus.
own road.
Yeah.
As well as bajillions of buildings on said road.
Dude, I want my own road.
Dude, McDonald's has its own university.
Well, then you should be the dude who lives out near where I lived back in Cary, who was like a 11 or 13-year-old kid who started his own website, made $1 million, and then got his own street and named it Awesome Street.
Damn it.
Yeah, you're fucked. You're out of good names. That was the last one. He took it. This is Awesome Street. No outlet.
You can never leave Awesome Street.
I mean, what would you want to?
I don't know.
Dude, I'd get a house
It could
on
be a
Awesome
misnomer.
Street.
You know what?
No,
I got one for you. I got Star.
Star? Like, not Star Boulevard?
No,
or
like Star Road.
Star Road?
Oh, that's a good one.
Ah.
Like Hemingway.
All right,
Oh,
here's something.
God.
Just,
Wow.
Just, yeah. Pun.
Are we going down this?
Pun E.
Oh, I'm
We're
sure.
Pun E.
Lois.
You stopped.
No, Lois.
I know, Lois Lane. No, I get
Supreme.
it. I'm mad.
Supreme Court.
I'm really mad that RJ went. Are we really going down this? And stopped before he said road, because he knew. Like
I didn't.
He knew subliminally.
No,
but-
he knew in his head. Like
No,
like
you
in the
should've-
back, he was
no.
like, nope.
No,
You
I mean I
should've-
totally meant that.
Damn. All right, pause. We're gonna re-record that entire thing. That one joke is worth it.
God damn it! All right, Dustin, what'd you do this week? You fucking mixed paint.
Let's see. Well, yeah, I mean, I worked again a lot.
I flipped boigas.
I don't remember anything from after working Saturday. Oh, no, wait. I mean, we watched football. Yeah.
We did watch football.
We watched football on Sundays, so that's nice.
I watched
Fuck the Panthers. I'm glad I got to make your sister sad.
Yeah, I was so excited about that.
Okay. In being a Dolphins fan, all right, I'm not usually excited when the Bills... In fact, I'm never excited when the Bills win. But to watch the way they played the whole game... And then see,
oh, you mean kind of terribly?
Like shit. Well, I take that back.
The defense looked real good.
Yeah, no. E.J. Manuel played mediocre, like a Bills quarterback. For like most of the beginning of the game,
he didn't shit his pants. He's so much better than like 9 of the last 10 that we've had.
And then in the last
he did not actively defecate on himself.
Minute and 38 seconds, decides he's going to drive the ball for a drop touchdown, wide open.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I was pretty excited.
Yeah, no. There are a lot of angry people out there, and
I'm not one of them this week.
It was a hell of a game to watch.
I am.
All right, so so football happened, and then let's see, Fucking Friends happened
2 nights ago. Monday night, I'm bored as shit. Right, I did some errands because I just recently moved in, so I had to go get my driver's license address changed.
Still haven't done that.
Yeah, which he still hasn't done.
You don't even have a driver's license.
Well, he has a permit. It's adorable.
Yeah. And he also has this like state issued ID card thing.
Yeah, neither one of those have my current address on it. So,
so I went and did that, and I changed some other addresses to make sure that they were to here. And then when I finally got back from running errands, I was just kind of here and didn't have much to do. So I turned on the Food Network, like I do.
Right.
Because I love to cook.
And I remember back when we were at the dorms, all we do is watch the Food Network.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are fat fucks.
No, because when you're watching the Food Network, when I'm watching the Food Network, I don't eat.
I
get all.
I get hungry.
I get hungry, but I don't eat. I want to figure out.
You're living vicariously through the Food Network.
Porn for fat people and torture for stoners. That's what the Food Network is.
I have to find out what the end is. Like, when I'm watching the show, I have to see how that recipe ends.
So spoilers. It goes ding, and then you pull it out of the oven.
And then you eat it. No, it's always you eat it. That's how it ends. But I want to see how they eat it.
I'm gonna guess that they probably cut some portion of it off, and then transfer it to their mouth with either a knife or a fork or a spoon, and then they masticate.
You would think that,
and then they swallow.
You would think that until they rip the head off and just suck the fucking meat out. It's nuts.
Prawns, dude.
I don't ever want to hear that sentence come out of anyone's mouth ever again.
Okay, so you need to shoe that one in.
It's really painful.
That one's going. That one's going in Slashplayed's anthem.
That's going in the anthem. But anyway, so I was pretty bored, and I wanted to play a relatively new video game, so I could talk about it on the podcast.
This was Tuesday. No, this was Monday night. You're right.
Monday night. And
hey, everybody, it's Wednesday, and I forgot that.
Yeah. So I, decided to drive to the local game store, and because they close at 9, and then I realized it was a midnight release of Grand Theft Auto 5.
Because you were just going to go in there and
because I was just going to pick up some used game that I could talk about this week. And I was like, you know what? I could pay another $15 and just get Grand Theft Auto 5. So I got in line at 8:45, paid for the whole game, got in a super duper early group, and then played Call of Duty Black Ops for 2 hours with my buddies at their place, and then came back at 11:55 and got back in line at the very front and was just like, haha, suck it, all of you dudes who got here like an hour ago.
He's flipping all of you off right now. I know you can't see that, but I'm sure you can feel it.
I knew RJ was going to narrate it, so I was good there.
Like you do. Like I do.
And then
real quick interjection though, what this whole errand running into going to buy the game turned out on my end was I'm hanging out, I hear Dustin come in, I hear him drop some shit off, and then nothing. And then eventually I just open his door and the TV's on, and I'm like, and I just sent him a text. It's like, did you really come home, turn the TV on, and leave? Was that your plan?
And I said, yep. Went on an adventure.
Am on an adventure.
Am. And I put
supplemental text message.
I put went on an adventure, and then I put am asterisk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like you do.
Like you do. And that was pretty much, I then proceeded to come home, download the first disc for Grand Theft Auto 5, because, the install disc, and then put in the play disc, and played for about an hour before I had to go to bed because
it's
my job is demanding.
It's probably literally too late for anyone who's hearing this, but if you're like a week late to the party or something and you haven't picked up Grand Theft Auto and you're playing it on the Xbox, don't install the play disc.
Dude, you just totally shat all over my news.
Sorry.
I'm taking over.
Okay.
Don't install the play disc.
Why, Keith?
Why? Because the shit fucks it up. No.
How's it fuck it up, Keith?
The technology that Rockstar had to use in order to make a game that is
you have actual information about this.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's all I had.
Oh, yeah, I have information.
Go.
In order for Rockstar to use or to get the game to run on the Xbox, because if anybody hasn't seen Grand Theft Auto 5, this shit's pretty.
It's pretty gorgeous.
And it's huge.
Yeah.
So
frame rate's not my favorite, but you should put out a PC version of that game.
Yeah, relatively quickly. But
that's weird. Why did everybody get sick all of a sudden?
I don't know, because
PC gamers get shit on by Rockstar too much.
Developers.
Yeah. Still waiting on Red Dead Redemption PC, man.
Yeah, that'll never happen. You know when that'll happen? When the 360 gets emulated. That's when that will happen.
Yes.
But yesterday?
No.
Damn.
Yeah, way to be hopeful.
I tried.
Because basically, the way Rockstar made it work was it pulls information from your hard drive and the play disc at the same time.
Uh-huh.
But because it's from two different sources, it doesn't create any bottlenecking.
Mm-hmm.
If you install the entire game on your hard drive and it tries to pull all the information from your hard drive, it'll bottleneck because the hard drive's using SATA 2.
Right.
That makes
which is
a lot of
which
sense.
is only 3 gigabits versus
Gotcha.
SATA 3, which is 6.
Yeah. So what's your... Okay, go on.
So they released like a tweet and everything like
Mm-hmm.
shortly before the launch. They were just like, "Hey, don't do this, and this is why, and this is what will happen." Basically, what happens is all the textures are grainy and pop in and out.
Yep.
There's actual physical item pop in and out, like lampposts and ferns and shit and buildings.
That's really bad because your car will run into a lot of those things
Yep.
over the course of the game.
Yep. So they were just like, please. I mean, obviously they're just like, you do what you want. It's your game.
Uh-huh.
But this is how it's optimally should be played.
Right.
Because the Xbox 360 is 8-year-old hardware.
Right. Yeah.
and
no,
this game is of relatively high fidelity.
Yeah.
Especially for a console game
Yep.
nowadays.
I have so far been really impressed with it.
Yeah, it just looks good.
That game looks fucking good. The models in that game look fucking good.
Oh my god, the ocean.
The frame rate makes me a little sad, but
Fuck you, the ocean.
Which made me giggle because Rockstar, well, not that, but the whole install shit and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Because obviously, because PS3 uses Blu-ray, it's only
Right.
one disc.
Right.
Mandatory install, and then after that, it's just good.
yeah.
But the only platform that a digital download of the game is available on is the PS3. Superior hardware.
Well,
It's just a beefier system.
what? I don't understand why it would only be like that.
Because
Is it because even like on the back end it's chopped up into two pieces?
Yeah, literally the PS3 just can handle it,
Gotcha.
and the 360 cannot.
Weird.
And that to me, and I've always been a PS3 kind of not necessarily like a fanboy because I owned it for a short period of time, but I've always was the one to wave the flag of the PS3 is better. No one just knows how to use it. And this is one of those examples to where it's just, besides the fact that the Blu-ray can just hold more data than a DVD, the PS3's capabilities, if used appropriately, can set it apart a little bit.
Right.
You know, it's easier to play the game on PS3. It just is. There's not as much headache. No disc switching. If you want to buy it digitally, you can, and
Right.
they say it works relatively well. There was a couple of people, and they were a lot of gaming websites were just like, give us feedback because we have hard copies of the game.
Uh-huh.
So they wanted feedback from people that had the digital distribution. And so far, a lot of people were just like, it has some of the pop-in issues, but it's not as severe. And they think, and of course this is the community, so what do they know about developing? But they feel like it could be something that could just be patched, which is entirely possible.
Well, I don't see. That's what I was gonna say. Is I don't know if that is possible at this point. If it is,
if it's stretching the limitations of these consoles as much as I think it is, it's going to be a stretch to get it to
It seems
work.
like a full-on, like, you would need a firmware patch for the 360, not just a patch to the game.
Because unfortunately...
Because you told me that, and I was like, oh, well, some other people have been talking about this, which I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
But then...
Yeah.
Listen, I'm no hardware or software developer.
Right.
So...
Unfortunately, because Rockstar literally is stretching the limitations of these consoles when they should have been well and dead, because it's ancient hardware. There are issues, like you said, the frame rate, the draw distance is not good. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
I'm going to say this real quick, and then we'll talk about we'll get through my whatever I was doing this week, and then we'll go back to games, and obviously it's going to be Grand Theft Auto. But
spoilers.
You know what? Well, there's not going to be that many spoilers.
No, I'm just saying spoilers of the future of the podcast.
Oh, well, fuck. I got to do this whole thing over again.
Hey, you can make that joke.
Yeah. Can I?
If you do it on time this time.
Are we really going to go down this road?
Damn it. So yeah, there's one piece of technology that I wish Grand Theft Auto had really stolen from Saints Row, which is why draw distance is not a big problem when I'm driving places, which is just steal the fucking GPS, hey, we're going to put these markers on the road where you need to turn, because I'm back to staring at a fucking mini-map and rear-ending motherfuckers, like, all the time. And it's infuriating.
Yeah, see... I played a S-ton
Which is why I'm not, like, looking down the street too far, because I can't.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of looking back and forth.
Maybe they did that intentionally.
I mean, I don't feel like I'm ever
Oh, that's a great reason to do that. Way
to hide your draw
Way
distances.
to not innovate.
Well...
Or steal good innovations.
Well... I wouldn't really call it good innovations, because racing games that weren't open worlds have been doing that for years.
Yep.
Like Need for Speed Underground 2 and stuff.
Sure.
But I played a lot of Grand Theft Auto 4, and the whole GPS thing never really bothered me, honestly. Especially when you get to a point where it was either A, I just followed the line, or B, I drew out to the main map, figured out where I needed to go, and just headed that direction.
So it doesn't super... I got used to it again.
Right.
But the first, like, hour, I was like, man, this sucks. You know what would be better? If they did that other thing that was a really smart move.
Well, I think with the direction Rockstar's going with their game versus Saints Row, honestly, especially with Grand Theft Auto 5 from what I've seen, because I haven't seen a lot because I've been restraining myself.
Right.
But, like, they put
a
lot of effort and time and money, as we all know, into the presentation.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's
to create a ridiculously large sense of immersion, so to speak. So I feel like if you just put giant blinky arrows in the middle of the road while you're driving down the road, then it kind of kill my immersion.
So what you're saying is we need Grand Theft Auto London 2049. We need to go back to, like, original Grand Theft Auto or whatever that was, where it was, like, semi-future London.
Totes.
That sounds alright. Why not put one in London? That's where they're fucking from the UK. Just do it.
Because they enjoy making fun of America more.
Well, it's a lot easier.
It's really easy.
We are pretty silly.
And, I mean, honestly, if it's just a big island, how much space do you really have?
It's true. It's roughly the size of, like, Minnesota. Or not Minnesota. Montana. That other M thing that I really don't care about. Shots fired at Minnesota.
Yeah, from anybody from Minnesota or Montana, we don't apologize. Moving on.
Just go grow more crops or something. Whatever you do.
Like our podcast. That's what you should do. Oh, wait, you can't hear this.
You don't have to.
So, this week we did Fuck You and Friends, where apparently Rob Zombie tuned in.
Oh, word.
Yeah, that's what we heard.
It's what we kept getting told. Don't know if it's actually true or not.
Maybe we'll get a phone call.
Hey,
Rob Zombie, I'm in a band. Hooks up.
I got a lot more stage time. Dustin got a lot more stage time just because it went less from, like, hey, here's your segment to, fuck it, we need people on the couch to, like, talk mess about shit.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad I missed that, but...
One of these weeks.
Yeah, we'll get you in here one of these days.
Work came
up. And then I did...
We have a lot of fun.
I did a lot of socializing this week. Like one person.
Which is one whole person more than before. So,
yeah.
That's a thing.
Ran around downtown.
Because it was like 0 before.
Ran around downtown a bunch yesterday.
Are you implying they do not know how to count?
No, I'm just making it evident.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like 0, and now it's like 1. So, actually, now it's like 2, because when he's not hanging out with one person, he's hanging out with me. So, it's like 2 people.
I come around occasionally.
Yeah,
you have a
3
triangle
people.
of friends.
He's actually working. I'm impressed.
Thanks, Pierce.
because
that's a really funny joke.
It's less than or you can't say exponential because he didn't start from 1. But
Keith is dying over here now because of that.
He didn't start from higher than 1.
I'm impressed. That's a Saints Row 3 joke.
That's one I get.
I really wanted in Saints Row 4 at some point for him just to go, I'm still impressed. God damn it, Pierce. So yeah, I ran around downtown a lot yesterday, and then went to the Cotton Exchange and a bunch of places.
I love the Cotton Exchange.
It's cool. That's a cool store.
I love the Celtic shop.
They got dope fucking grandfather clocks. I was like, these are really intricate, and I will never be able to afford one of these.
By dope, he means expensive.
No, by dope I mean I liked them a lot,
and they're expensive.
Well, I said dope, not guap. Those are different.
Oh, excuse me.
We're not throwing hella stacks in here, Keith.
Because I'm
getting
throwing
that
cheddar.
Hundreds. And then I got a phone call about a job interview, and then I got really angry.
What?
Because
he didn't get the job.
Because I didn't get the job.
What job interview?
We'll talk about it later.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Oh, you got a call about the interview you already went to?
No, I already got that call too. Listen, I've got some updating to do with you.
Yes, you do. Okay. At a later time.
So yeah, that was kind of my week, and fucking around and realizing that my life is a black hole. But video games. Hey, Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, you guys.
I'm really interested to see.
I'm not going to do this the whole time.
You really can't do that the whole time.
I'm really interested to see how many people, what the official sales numbers are.
We have shit to show you.
Hang on, because the PlayStation, honestly, from a normal standpoint, if they came out 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and said, hey, guess what, Grand Theft Auto 5's coming out, I would have been like, okay, I'm buying it for PS3, because guess what? It's always been a Sony title. That I'm one of those people who gets it for the same console every time because I'm loyal like that. But then a month and a half, 2 months ago,
didn't learn the thing. Go on.
And then a month and a half, 2 months ago, they said, oh, guess what? We're also adding networking, and you're going to have all this online multiplayer and co-op and all this other stuff.
So we're gonna start bumming on PS Network again?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
100%.
They don't have the install base.
Yeah, they just don't have the base. And I know a lot of people who are in that line personally who got it for Xbox because of the network, hands down. And so I'm interested to see the numbers.
Dog, you can do some pretty silly shit with your friends on that game, especially when GTA Online pops.
That's what I'm saying. 2 weeks, man.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And then we'll be talking about that. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Thank God.
It was just...
I was about to say we're going to have to sacrifice a goat again.
Dude, I saw that happen a bunch last week. I'm no longer concerned.
Okay. As long as you're not concerned, I'm not concerned.
I mean, if we don't have a podcast this week, then at least I get to... We'll post a video of me setting my computer on fire.
There you go. And we can use my computer to post it.
Yeah. Oh. Son of a bitch. I fucking... No, I love you, babe.
Interesting you brought up sales, because I want to show you this figure real quick.
Are we jumping right straight to news?
Yeah.
Are you talking on the other side of the microphone, fucking up this whole recording?
You should see that.
So, Grand Theft Auto, 800... So, last week we were talking about how this is the most expensive game ever.
$225 million.
Yeah, $267 million.
Sorry, $267
to develop.
Yeah.
And the conversation was, I said they'd make it back within the week, and you said they'd make it back within the first day.
Yeah.
And not only did they make it back, they beat it by almost a cool fucking, $5.5 million.
Don't do math. Don't do math.
They beat it by
a lot.
Let's put it this way.
They beat it by $530 million.
Yeah, let's put it this way. You guys can do the math at home. 800 minus 267.
They almost tripled it.
So, yeah, GTA... What do you mean they almost tripled it?
I mean,
You're bad at math.
No, they totally...
No.
They tripled it in some change.
Yeah, they tripled it in some change. Anyways.
No.
Yes.
267?
267 plus 267 is 500.
Okay, so
by 534
so by
plus
2 million.
267.
Yeah.
I said some change. I didn't say some dollars. Like,
well, I mean,
well, like $2 million.
I mean, honestly,
you know. Anyways, so yeah,
depends on where you put the
GTA 5 sells 800 million on launch date. That's not a small number, you guys.
No, it's not.
So Saints Row 4 did a good job at releasing their game before.
They did. What is this?
God.
Black Ops 2 still holds the record for fastest to a billion sales at 15 days.
For now,
but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, they're 2 million short on, or 200 million short on launch day. So we'll see how long that lasts.
And the other thing is, this is like just the North American release. This hasn't hit Europe yet. This hasn't hit anywhere else.
Right, and this is an article from 4 o'clock today.
Yeah.
That's not counting today's numbers.
Yeah, that's 4 o'clock plus it's now at time of recording 9:50.
Yeah.
So they don't have those numbers, and like he said, this is only the U.S.'s launch, and this is already easily the most successful launch.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Here we go. The number excludes Japan and Brazil. So maybe it's counting UK pre-orders, but then there are still plenty of people like Dustin who will show up either right beforehand or on the launch day to just go buy it then.
And you know what would really boost this even more is if Rockstar released the PC port before 15 days.
Yeah, dicks.
Because my God.
So that's news. Do we want to actually talk about GTA 5?
Dude, if I talk about nothing else about GTA 5,
let's talk about some GTA 5.
I have to talk about when I dove into the water for the first time.
This is Keith. I'm pretty sure this is going to be totally spoiler free.
This is not. Yeah, this is spoiler free. This is 100% spoiler free. I promise. I just want to tell you that.
How's that working out for you, Keith?
It's not.
It's
not working at all.
I don't care how much you look at this game and go, "Oh, that thing popped in," or the draw distance is bad,
Still
or
pretty.
anything. When you dive into the water and you see the coral reef,
yeah, that did happen to me too.
You just I stopped for a second and then I realized
I
had stopped for long enough to where I was drowning, because I was just staring at the epicness of how beautiful they made it under the water.
Something you're probably not going to see often.
Probably won't do much.
You were drowning in my sim. No.
I don't get it.
Drowning in my skin.
No.
These
Nope.
wounds, they will
Oh.
not heal.
Okay.
Unless I eat a hot dog or use a med pack.
Corkscrews.
What?
We found yours, and I will slaughter you with it.
Oh, okay. I found it.
It has been found, and you will die.
Yeah.
It was Dustin.
I say we because you found it, and then I refound it right now when I wanted to slaughter you with it.
Okay.
Anyway.
Not as much as you wanted to kill me yesterday, but that's a different story.
Well,
For a different time, I hope.
yeah. Yeah, we will talk about it.
I confused Sleeping Beauty and Snow White, and he about slaughtered me. Listen, they do a lot of lying around, both of them. What?
There are instances where both of them are asleep.
Did you even have a childhood?
Right.
Yeah, but I don't give a shit about Disney princesses.
Disney princesses are the shit.
Are you gonna dress up in lingerie as a Disney princess?
Do you want me to?
I didn't mean that was a. Okay.
Happy birthday.
Oh my God, I'm
Mr.
going as a dwarf.
RJ. Can you please be Grumpy?
No, Grumpy's so mean.
But Grumpy's so you.
It's
wow.
Snap.
Damn.
That's fine. Keith would be dopey.
Oh, ow. I thought it was going to be Snow White.
Shots
you got
fired.
It's the ears.
Oh, good call. And RJ is going to be...
I get to be Smurfette.
And the lack of facial hair, obviously.
That's where she's from, right?
No.
Yes, RJ.
I'm gonna get stabbed to death.
Yes, RJ. That and Gargamel.
Yep.
He chases down the dwarves.
Grace Smurfette.
Chases down the doors. Sticks his vicious white cat on them.
They whistle while they work on killing him with pickaxes.
Well, it happens.
Fair enough.
Shit happens. And he's set tripping in the wrong hood.
Yeah.
Speaking of set tripping, that there are gangsters in this. I don't fucking know. Where do you want to go with this?
You've
played almost exactly as much of it as I have, except you haven't found clothing shops somehow.
No, I have now.
Oh, okay.
It was a part of one of the story missions, and that's why I hadn't found it yet. Yeah.
think I found one before then.
You did because you found it before because you did your missions in a different order than
No, I'm saying like I had 2 clothing shops, not just one.
No, now I have like a shit ton of them.
All of the clothes.
All of the clothing areas.
So you might have stumbled upon one.
Sure.
I don't think you could even go in before, though, is what I'm saying.
Oh, so it's San Andreas. Woo, throwback.
Like,
yo, go to that shop,
what
get
I'm
you
saying
some
is,
gear, dog.
Yeah, what I'm saying
Rep
is,
Grove Street.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there are still Grove Street bangers
yes,
in
there
this.
are.
Yep.
And it's hilarious.
Yeah.
They make a lot of throwback references because they've got a lot of material to work with. It's all the same universe.
And it's in the same city.
Yeah. And,
county.
It's,
Technically, it's 2 counties.
No, I'm talking about 5. 5's just in Los Santos.
Well, yeah.
And the county over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But San Andreas is like 3 cities in the state of San Andreas.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I got to chasing a train on a motorcycle, and I said I'm done with this game.
Oh, that mission. Yeah, that mission.
Yeah, that mission.
Especially if you own it on PC. Not a fun mission.
Nope. Not even a little bit.
So that's when I firmly and viciously plugged my 360 controller into my computer and mapped out all the keys and then finally beat the mission.
I don't think I had a 360 controller at that point.
Oh, so painful, dude.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you, dog.
Fuck.
On the dirt bike, no less.
Yeah, it's hell.
Me.
Man, I've had a few of those moments. I've had a few of those moments so far where I'm just like, I am drastically underprepared for what I'm trying to do right now.
What, in 5?
Yeah, so far. It hasn't been many, but I've had a few, and I was just like, man,
There's been
this
plenty
is
of
incredibly frustrating because the thing that really pisses me off about Grand Theft Auto 5 is that there is no immediate go back and retry button.
Like 4. Which was awesome.
Yeah.
Just bring up your cell phone and go, retry? Yes, please.
Like,
and if you're halfway through a mission,
I have not
they
one yet.
patched that in like 8 months afterwards, right? Or
I
am I thinking about something else? No,
I
I'm thinking.
haven't-
Sorry,
definitely,
I'm thinking about Burnout Paradise.
I bought Grand Theft Auto 4 on launch, and that was there on launch.
Okay.
I tried to go into
Similar
the game settings and be like, all right, replay this mission, and it was like, no, you cannot replay this mission while you are on this mission.
Yeah, you can't restart it until you've beaten it.
Now, granted, I haven't checked my phone, and I didn't think about that.
Yeah, because it's on your phone on 4.
But at the same time, I can't check my phone while driving, and one of the missions was. Oh yeah, no, they don't want you texting and driving.
You could do it on Grand Theft Auto 4.
Well, yeah, but now
because breaking all the rules.
You know what I will say is that game actually has some checkpoints now.
Oh, nifty.
Yeah.
When I went, what? Until they were like bad checkpoints, and then I went, come on now. Come on, son.
Yeah, remember when I was playing Ballad of Gay Tony, I was like halfway through a really difficult mission, and then I died, and I forgot that for like the long missions there are checkpoints when you restart it, and then I restarted the mission halfway through, and it was like a saving grace, and then I lost that mission like 8 more fucking times.
Yep.
Because there's an obvious reason why they put a checkpoint restart in that fucking mission.
Yep.
Because it was one of the first ones where you have to sink the yacht and then chase down the arms smugglers in the helicopter and like kill them, and it's really hard shooting boats with a helicopter in Grand Theft Auto 4.
I can see that.
Yeah, so I restarted that mission plenty of times, and a lot of it wasn't because they hit me with an RPG. It's because I fucking drove into the water.
Nice.
Yeah, I would do a strafing pattern, and then I'd try to pull up from it, and then like my tail would touch the water, and it'd kick me forward, and just like a helicopter.
And then you
would
die.
do. And then I die.
Haven't gotten to aircraft yet.
No, but I'm
barely got to
forward
seacraft.
Yeah, done a little bit.
So let's talk mechanics, Dustin. I got some stuff to bounce off you. The driving, I think the driving is much improved.
Yeah, definitely.
I think you have to play that game
from 4 in general. Yeah, definitely.
I think you have to play that game kind of like a driving game though, because the handbrake will still fuck you real hard.
You have to.
I've heard
the way that I find the mechanics. Play the car that you're driving. Period. If you're driving a smart car, or better yet, if you're driving a car that looks like a Prius,
it's gonna handle it.
And you whip the e-brake, you're gonna do a full 360.
Funny you mention that.
But if you're going, like really fast in one, I think it's called the Bullet, and you whip the e-brake while you're going around a corner, you will just pull that perfect 90. The mechanics are incredibly different per car, and you really have to drive them.
You know what's really funny? It's funny you mentioned that because one of the driving points for this game
He said driving pants.
I know, I heard.
Rockstar actually said to the public, "Hey, we adjusted the physics and the weight and distribution per car for this game."
It feels like it.
It's when you drive that
was
the
actually
car that looks like the Challenger.
Yeah.
Or the Charger.
It's heavy
it's a
awesome.
boat.
Yeah.
It drives like a boat. The back end whiffs you around a lot.
It was on a top 10 list I saw for reasons to be hype about Grand Theft Auto 4. And it was like each car has its own physics and mechanics.
Well, also it was interesting because there's a race mission, surprise, surprise, and my car started getting damaged, and then it got to a point where my car had like not gone into the catching on fire state yet. But you can suffer like actual legitimate engine damage, and your car will just like it'll drive, but it'll be real slow.
Yeah.
Or it'll be at like half of what it could be.
See, for the racing mission, this is one of the ones that really pissed me off, because I had the boat. Like, I was driving the boat, and some of the turns were...
I drove the boat.
Just infuriating.
Dude, you use a special ability.
I didn't know about the special ability yet. Like...
What special ability?
So, each of the 3 playable characters have a special ability. I'm not sure what the other 2 characters do.
Because you haven't got there yet.
Because I haven't gotten there yet, or I just haven't used it. But, what's his name? Franklin. God... You'd think I hadn't been playing this game for like 4 hours a day. Franklin's ability is...
Does he have a sidekick named Bash?
Nope. No, unfortunately.
He has a sidekick named Lamar.
And he sucks. Fuck Lamar.
Yeah, fuck Lamar.
Dumbass motherfucker. Anyways,
5 hours in, just fuck Lamar.
Anyways, so his special thing is he's clearly going to end up being the wheelman, basically, because his special ability is only usable in cars. But what it does is you click both of the analog sticks in to activate anybody's special ability, and it slows down time and also gives you like hyper control over the car.
Yeah.
So you can literally just like push your way in between vehicles and like
really cool.
hit holes and shit.
Would it be similar to a former Rockstar game, Midnight Club 2? Which had a very similar mechanic.
It's been so long since I played Midnight Club 2.
It is similar to that mechanic, but it's a little different.
No, another game that had a similar mechanic was Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Yeah, similar.
It was the speed
similar,
breaker
but
mechanic.
a little different.
So, the thing about it is, well, I don't know. You tell me, because again, it's been a long time since I played the other ones.
Yeah.
So when I say like super finesse and stuff, like you can like sort of like slide your whole car still facing forward around stuff, but you can also take a tight corner at like full speed, and he just like full on whips that and like loses no momentum, does nothing.
Yeah,
that's
goes. Definitely almost like cut and paste from Most Wanted's speed breaker mechanic. Because like,
well, then let me tell you about the tennis. No, we'll get to that.
Because like you be cruising down.
It's not strictly cars, but it is strictly vehicles. Like you can do it on motorcycles as well.
Oh, nifty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
might have been exclusively thinking about Most Wanted. I don't know if it
depends
was
on which vehicle you're driving.
Now thinking about it,
it depends on which motorcycle you're driving because those have different mechanics too.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are weighted properly.
Like you can do a wheelie on a motorcycle, can't do a wheelie in a car. I'm pissed.
You can bunny hop on a bike.
Sweet,
it's true.
Really easily.
You can put topspin on your tennis serve.
Have you played golf yet?
No, I haven't played golf yet.
I've considered it.
Franklin can't play tennis,
but he can
Mike
play golf.
But he can play golf.
And I don't think Mike can play golf.
Huh.
Saints Row 5 is racist. No, he can't.
Saints Row 5 is racist.
Like, I realize one of the dudes has a tennis court in his backyard, but guess what? He can still play at all the other tennis courts. What, Franklin doesn't have a tennis court in his backyard, so it's like, nah, you're not allowed?
Yeah, it's an exclusive club.
What if Franklin had a basketball or a football field in his backyard? Would Mike not be allowed to play football? He used to play football in college.
Yeah, dog immersion.
Yeah, by the standards set by this game, my answer would be you are correct.
Retarded.
If he did have a basketball goal in his backyard, no one else can play basketball but the black guy.
But I just want him to dunk on Mike. Dustin, you played this game enough. I just want to see Franklin just dunk on Mike.
I think it'd be actually really phenomenal if that was just the end credits.
Because guess what? Franklin wants to be like Mike.
The two of them shit-talking each other, and then he just actually, I think it would be really funny if Mike tried to dunk on him, and then he realizes that he can't jump because he's old and white.
He is old and white.
Yeah.
It's been out of the game.
He's not really old.
Yo, dog, Woody Harrelson.
No, he's not like really old.
So let's
white man can jump.
Let's talk about white men can shoot over the back hook shots from half court without looking, but
and it's more of a skip than a jump.
Yeah. So let's talk about the sticky targeting on the shooting.
It's pretty phenomenal. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty much a dead chest shot every time.
Yeah.
Is it one of those things where is it like a lock-on system?
Yeah.
And once you're locked on, can you edit or
Yep.
can you adjust where you're actually aiming once you're locked onto the target?
It's not a
Yes, but you can
it's
also
not a
instead
semi-sticky.
you can also just flick from one person to the next.
That's nice.
It's not a semi-sticky though, where you could move two body parts or something.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like you pull the trigger and it comes up to their chest, and then you flick it up and it goes to their head or something like that.
No, what
you
I'm
would have
talking
to
about,
actually drag it.
what I'm talking about is like
Yeah.
imagine like your center of mass,
Yeah.
and then like this is my finger
Yeah.
poking RJ in the chest. Okay, and there's a rubber band
Ow.
attached to it, you know, and like you push up on the analog stick, and I go up to his head.
It's not going to float back down. It's
and
not
as
going
soon
to
as
snap
I
back
let
down.
go, it goes.
No,
No,
it's not going
it
to
doesn't
snap back down.
Oh, okay.
By snap targeting, I mean like you pull the left trigger,
It-
and as long as someone is like inside your 45-degree cone in front of you, it just goes whoop
Yeah.
Nifty.
and
Yeah, it's
locks
really-
directly onto
It's
them.
really incredibly handy.
It-
Because
you die
otherwise
really
it's-
fast in that
no,
game.
yeah, they don't pull any punches, and by punches I mean bullets, and by bullets I mean you die fast.
that's
Like
yeah.
That's
like
accurate.
when I'm okay.
Collect yourself.
There are auxiliary missions, like they're not missions. They're just shit happens in town, and you can just run up on it.
Yeah, like somebody gets robbed.
like somebody gets
just
robbed.
full on Red Dead style, where it's
Okay,
like
Okay, well, this dude was robbing this nice lady of her purse.
Poor lady.
And so I was like, all right, I'll chase this dude down in my car.
Shot him.
So I ran him over, right?
I chased
he
him on
got
foot.
up, and I was thinking, okay, this guy's probably pretty close to being dead. He's going to take a second. I got out of my car, and by the time I got out of my car, he had pulled out his gat and shot me 3 times in the chest, and I was dead. I didn't even know how to pull out my gun yet.
it's pretty funny.
I was
Yeah,
like,
we might need to remap some of those buttons because some of those buttons seem retarded.
no, like, I don't want to do that because I don't want to, like, change the way that
I'm
the
over
game
it.
is supposed
Okay.
to feel. But,
Said it like 4 times now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I've been
but-
counting.
but the tutorial, like,
Every time I've just been like,
is loose.
right.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes it teaches you how to do things that you need to know,
Hey, welcome
and
to Grand Theft
sometimes
Auto.
it really doesn't. I just learned that hitting the left bumper pulls my gun out,
Well,
and
it
holding
pulls up-
holding the left bumper,
Yeah.
it pulls up my gun wheel.
Yeah.
Like I just learned that, and I've been hitting buttons trying to figure out what things do for the last 4 hours of this game.
Also, pressing right on the D-pad is like their default like interaction, context-sensitive thing, and it's really annoying.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that.
Well, I mean, like
you can
it's,
interact
it's
with
the,
people.
It's
You
the
can be
thing
like,
that,
"Hey, what's up?" and they can be like,
or it's like
"Yeah,
you're in
knows."
you're in a situation. It's like press this button to open this train car door, or in a different situations, press this button to do something else. Press this button, but it's always like right on the D-pad.
So it's not A like everybody
No.
else?
No.
Huh.
Oh, so interesting.
Because A is sprint. Still.
Well, like it should be.
So funny story about that. They went back to characters having statistics in this game,
Sweet.
and
Sex
each of
appeal. Is there sex appeal?
No.
well,
then it sucks.
each
it
of
is
them
shit.
each of them start with different base stats. It looks like you can just fill them out. You
Go
can
to the
just
gym,
max
pump
everybody.
some irons.
Well, or go to ammunition where they have a shooting range and do a bunch of shooting challenges to get better at shooting, or
And I
drive
think-
to drive.
See, I think that stays, but like stamina, I think stamina gets dropped if you don't use your character and run for a while.
Well, that's-
I don't think
because
so.
here's the thing.
That's how it was in San Andreas.
Yeah, I did a quest. I did a mission with Michael where
Uh-huh.
the entire thing is stamina based.
Right.
It was the jogger mission, and the whole thing's stamina based. And you know you haven't done anything with it yet. You don't even think about stats before that point. It's really early on.
I looked at Michael and went, "You're gonna die." And the funny thing about that is, if you sprint and you run out of your base stamina, you start losing hit points.
Yeah, you will actually die. You can run yourself.
No,
to
you
death.
can't run yourself to death. You can run yourself down to like a tiny, like a sliver or a tiny chunk, and then you will literally fall over on your face.
Huh.
So
you
almost
can-
die.
So you can run yourself to the point where if you get tapped by a
anything,
you die.
Yeah,
somebody's parallel parking.
If the wind blows a little too strongly in the wrong direction, you'll die.
Right. So anyway,
mostly because the wind is full of bullets. San Andreas.
This bumped my stamina a little bit because I hadn't really used it yet. I hadn't been running around much. I was driving most of the time. Ended up switching to Franklin for whatever missions, whatever. So I was using Franklin for like a while.
Yeah.
And I probably drove around for like 20 minutes not doing anything, just because I was enjoying the layout of the game and learning the roads and playing around with it a little bit. And I saw Michael's stat bars pop up, and the stamina bar was like blinking.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck, maybe he just lost stamina. And then the next time I played him, I was running again, and then his stamina bar started blinking again and went
Was it in the same spot?
It was the same spot. But there's only like 5 chunks in your stamina bar.
Yeah.
And it was like the third bar.
Here's something funny that also kind of...
so I don't know if that's actually a thing.
It actually might actually answer your question, because also on that top 10 list of reasons why to get hyped for Grand Theft Auto 5, the characters you currently aren't using, while you're using one character, continue to do stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So,
it pissed Dustin off because he was like, "That's not the clothes I put him in."
So it might have been one of those things where he went for a jog.
This isn't how I dress my Barbies.
No, it wasn't. It's not how I dress my Barbies. Goddammit! Like, I want them to be the same way all the time.
Yeah, that would annoy me, honestly.
What really bugged me the most, or what I thought was really interesting, rather,
because I love
was
my
that
characters decked out.
They will still commit petty crimes and shit too, like stealing cars and stuff. And I was kind of close as Franklin to Michael, and wasn't doing anything crazy, and cops just started flying by me with their sirens on, and they were after him, and it was really cool.
If you would have switched to him,
if I would have switched to him,
he
would have been driving away from the cops.
The small number of so I don't flip between characters just on the random to just do shit or whatever, but there might not be anything funnier than switching to Michael and just pulling out and seeing that he's on the highway, and then pulling in and seeing that he's getting onto the highway. He just goes, "Fucking traffic!"
I'm really glad they chose to do it like that way, where you can like kind of independently switch between them versus making a linearity to where, hey, a certain chunk of the game you play this guy, a certain chunk you play this guy, a certain chunk you play this guy.
Definitely.
So I don't.
It makes it significantly.
Because when I first heard 3 characters, I was just like,
yeah.
It makes
it's less that it is 3 characters, and more like if you think back to Grand Theft Auto 3, where it was like, I can do missions for this guy or for that guy or for this guy. It's more
you're just different characters.
You're just different characters going down their narrative.
And what's actually really
eventually
nice
the narrative
makes it
it
makes
they actually
they cross really early.
They cross pretty early and relatively often.
Yeah. Cool. The whole story ends up being about the 3 characters and their conjunction with each other. Mm-hmm. So you run into each other a whole lot. Mm-hmm. That's kind of the whole point.
I love shit like that.
We haven't gotten the
still haven't made it to the 3rd character.
Yeah. I love shit like that. The reason why
they managed to take 3 characters and still make it open world, and that to me is really awesome. They didn't
seems like
bring it together with too much linear
driving narrative.
Except for the really frustrating thing that I had to deal with, which was Dustin was about to start a mission as Franklin, and the mission was inside of Franklin's safe house. The characters have different safe houses.
Right.
They also have different amounts of bullets that they have on them, different guns,
different money.
Different money.
Yeah.
Which means when you get to the stock market, you have to invest their money independently.
Yeah. Shit.
It is cool.
Didn't think about it.
Yeah, it is cool, but it is also like a little bit annoying, at least in this one instance, because I was gonna start playing my game, and I was like, well, I can see that Dustin's autosave is here, but his last hard save is here. I'm gonna go save the game so he doesn't lose this, 1.5%, progress, because he did something. Right. If they were identical, I'd have just fucking said whatever and flown with it. So I log in. Or I jump in the game, I'm playing as Franklin, I don't think about it, I'm like, hey, I could probably go in this house and then just save. Nope.
Because it's not his safe house.
No, mission starts.
Oh, because it was in his safe house.
Because it's in his safe house. It was literally, you walk in the door and then there's his safe house. Which will lead me to another hilarious story in a second. So I had to reload the save that I had just done, load in as and the load times are a little, like, as a person who plays things on my PC, they're a little, like, neck scratchy, like, I just need to start doing stuff right now before I get the jitters.
Well, a throwback to previous conversation, high-fidelity game, 8-year-old hardware.
Yeah. So I had to load in as Franklin, switch over to Michael, and drive Michael halfway across fucking town to his safe house to then save the game so that then I could restart the game. And I was like, that's really fucking frustrating. Now, on the other hand, there was a really hilarious situation with Michael where I ran up... he had a mission that started at his front door. And I came around the backside and, like, hopped the back fence and, like, walked past the pool and jogged through the house. And I was like, all right, I'm inside the house. Where's this mission starting? It's like, oh, I guess it's at the front door. So I walk out the front door, cutscene starts, Michael walks in the front door. I just went, are you fucking serious right now?
Well, yeah, you had to get the paper.
No, because I walked out the front door, he walks in the front door and goes, hey, is anybody home, basically? And then he walks back out the front door to start smoking. And it's like, I'm gonna have an aneurysm over here.
Just to throw a little thing at you, because that happens once in San Andreas, where the mission starts at your safe house. You can't switch characters to save. Suck it up. Start the fucking mission.
Yeah.
You know, at least you have that option.
Well, but you have multiple safe houses, don't you?
Once you buy them,
yeah. Yeah, so you could just go to another one. That was not an option at this point.
Well, it wasn't at the point I've beaten all of San Andreas. This only happens twice, and both times it happens,
you don't have an option.
Of the game.
So
don't have an option.
Speaking from playing about 6-7 hours of this game, roughly, I find it really interesting. Like I went to the car customization,
right?
You know, the chop shop, and man, shit's expensive.
Yeah,
like. It's really, really expensive. Like, you're spending 10, 15 grand on parts, like, legitimately spending a lot of money on just one car and just, like, bullshit pieces to this one car.
Yep.
So I have a feeling the amount of money we make is going to get stupid real quick.
The
stock market.
Spoilers.
I mean, yeah. You can make.
Here come the spoilers. Here comes the tutorial mission spoilers.
No, trust me. I understand.
Okay, well,
how it's going to do that because I'm getting to the point where it's starting to get into that.
Do you remember how big your take was from?
Yes. No, I do.
So, we're done.
Yeah.
But and that's what I'm saying.
That was me plugging my ears.
You could turn around and probably jump on the stock market and in a day turn your money around.
Yeah.
Because what I did was there's a scenario relatively early in the game where you get the opportunity to invest in some low prices.
Incredibly low prices.
And I just went, and that's where all my money's going?
Yep.
Which is really funny because the mission where you have to go as Franklin to ammunition to get a gun, I was broke, and they just gave me more money to buy the thing that you needed. So I bought the piece that was like a third of the money, and then pulled out my phone again and invested the rest of the money into more stocks.
You're a businessman.
No, I'm a business man.
Cute.
I thought it was. That's maybe my favorite part of the game so far. Was like, thanks you dumbass gangster motherfuckers.
Thanks for my.
I'm rich, biatch.
Thanks for my bills, dog.
Yep. Yeah. So I mean, I can see it escalating very quickly, especially because of the way that the premise of the game is.
Right.
I'm really excited for it to escalate. And after this podcast,
I'm really excited
I'm going right back to playing
it.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, and I'm leaving immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Love you.
Whatever.
Keith, you said you played something this week.
All of the old Grand Theft Autos.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I'm trying to find something to fill the void. Just something, anything.
It's understandable,
and it's not going to be Saints Row 4 because I've come to grips with the fact that I'm probably not going to like that game much.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, I am. And
no, I didn't like it much either. Oh,
fuck both of you.
Interesting.
4 out of 5.
Interesting plot point. Or not really plot point, but interesting.
7 out of 100.
Thing. They actually make a very brief. Mention to the main character from Grand Theft Auto 4. Yeah.
Oh, Nico Bellic?
Yeah. Nico, my cousin.
I was really excited because I thought you were going to say Saints Row 4, and I was like, did Rockstar really finally make a reference to this thing that's kind of been creeping up on them, and then said we don't need to creep up on you because we're creeping over here?
Yeah. But they made a very, very brief reference to Grand Theft Auto 4, and I was just like, whoa, awesome.
Yeah. One of my
Nico, my cousin.
Yeah. That was one of my favorite parts of playing the expansion.
I assume they took a shot at him.
No. They said he fell off the radar.
Oh.
How much of Grand Theft Auto 4 did you guys play?
I played a majority. I think I beat it, but I didn't play any of the expansions.
I was up to I did the bank heist, and I think I might have.
Well, that's actually very specifically what I'm about to talk about.
Okay.
The bank heist when you were with the Irish.
Isn't that like the 15-minute bank heist? I think I got to the point of the bank heist where you have to get away, and then I ended up in or maybe that was I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I did the bank heist.
Yeah, and you're running through and in that huge firefight with cops and shit.
It was a firefight.
Yes.
With Irish.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's funny when you start playing Ballad of Gay Tony. Okay, picture, if you will, the bank heist.
Okay.
Remember that dude, when you bust in and say everybody on the ground and it cuts to that cutscene where the two Irish guys are arguing with each other?
Yeah.
That dude in the business suit and the guy wearing the Letterman jacket that hit the deck and were basically hostages.
Yeah.
The guy in the Letterman jacket is the main character for Ballad of Gay Tony.
Right. The whole thing.
The game starts at that cutscene for Ballad of Gay Tony.
The whole thing about those expansions were that they were supposed to be in tandem side stories.
Yeah.
Which it was probably a nice warm up for what they were planning for this game, or might have just been straight up foreshadowing.
Could have. And then, the third or fourth mission in Ballad of Gay Tony, you go to talk to the Chinese to make a business deal, and one of the members of the Lost is leaving the Chinese guys,
and he's the guy who's
one of the lead in Lost in the Dam.
Right.
So I was just like,
brother.
Yeah. So I was just like, huh. That's interesting, because I was playing because I played this. I was replaying the expansions recently at my buddy's house. Because I'm trying to get hyped for this game I can't play.
Idiot.
Yeah, I'm stupid. I saw he had the episodes of Liberty City, which have all the expansions.
Liberty
on separate
City
disc.
Stories.
No, it's episodes from Liberty City.
Really?
Liberty City Story is the PSP game.
Oh, right. God damn it.
Episodes from Liberty City is the main game.
Oh, you mean China Wars?
Chinatown Wars?
That's the one.
You really need to get up on your Grand Theft Auto, dude.
No. You know what Grand Theft Auto... I've only been one Grand Theft Auto game. You know which one it is? 2. Bully.
You're funny.
Yeah. I try.
I lost my train of thought.
Ballad of Gay Tony, overlapping characters.
Blah, blah. Yeah, because it was shortly after I read that, top 10 reasons to get hyped about Grand Theft Auto article.
Yep.
So you're down to 7 reasons to get hype at this point.
Yeah.
Out of your 10 list.
Essentially.
Okay.
So.
Do you just want to read the list? I'm sure we could pull it up.
I mean, we can find it.
Yeah. Nope.
But nope. Because it's already out. There's no reason to get hype. Hype's here, man.
Nope.
800 million strong.
The more I play this game,
$800 million can't be wrong.
Can't be wrong.
The more hype I get. The more I play the game, the more hype I get. Hands down.
I'm sure it's a building process.
Because I really paid no attention to it.
I think that's one thing that kind of bugged me. Well, not necessarily bugged me because I didn't play a lot of Saints Row 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Because I finally played Saints Row 4 the other day.
You mean 3?
4.
I thought
I've played the shit out of 3. Just not a lot of the missions. I actually sat down and played Saints Row 4 the other day. Because
I thought
he watched a playthrough of 4. That's how he knew everything about 4.
I'm so confused right now. Go on.
Okay, I'll fix it later.
Okay.
Because fucking lost my train of thought again.
It's what pissed you off about Saints Row 3 and 4.
Yeah. What irritated me about Saints Row 3 and 4 is it was already an established character going into each of the games.
You mean the boss?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when you start Saints Row...
I mean, technically he's the same character from 1.
Right. But Saints Row 3 and 4 are more in tandem with each other.
Or it.
Or whatever you want it to be. Especially 3 when you can get all zombie voice on people.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. It makes unless you have subtitles, cutscenes are unbearable. When you start Saints Row 4, you literally are just starting on top. It's the pinnacle of crazy. You know, it's you're already at this level. They throw superpowers at you. You are here, make here, more here. Every Grand Theft Auto game, you start from way down here, and then the game progressively goes, let's do it. And then by the end of the game, a whole bunch of crazy shit fucking happens, and...
But it's different crazy. It's not bonkers off the wall crazy.
Right. Well, and the point I was trying to make is that when in Saints Row 3, and even in Saints Row 3 and Saints Row 4, you're starting at a very established level.
Well, yeah. But that was kind of their point.
Right. Yeah, they wanted to very much branch out and not be that.
In Grand Theft Auto, and something I've always appreciated about Grand Theft Auto because I'm a very narrative person. It's usually about the storytelling and narrative. They don't have to create this blank face character and then drag him through 4 games because his story is the story. Each game they can insert a new lead, or in this case, insert 3, and then tell a different story. You know, it's not always about the one thing. Of course, when you name your game Saints Row 4, or when you name your game Saints Row and make it about the 3rd Street Saints, and then make sequels called Saints Row 2, 3, and 4, it's gonna always be about the Saints, and I'm just not down for that. Like, I don't play repetitive sequels.
It's very much a difference between.
I think calling them repetitive sequels is...
Well, okay, better statement, linear sequels.
It's very much a difference between...
So you don't play Final Fantasy games?
They're not
linear.
You're retarded.
But they named them Final Fantasy... How many...
they're not sequels.
Yeah, that's not true.
It's very much...
They have sequels.
10-2.
And 13-2.
Yeah.
They have sequels.
It's very much a difference between a Tarantino universe and, like, The Lion King 1 and 2. Like, you're talking about a story based on an entire universe of things, and then you've got a story driven by a bloodline or a character, or you know, and it happens. I mean, they're two incredibly common ways to tell stories, and I'm glad that they did it differently.
Oh, I'm super grateful they did. Yeah, I'm so glad Rockstar has never gotten to a point where, I mean, of course they did with some of the expansions they've done, like Vice City Stories and stuff like that. But those were mobile games. So. They
believe it or not, they still count.
They still count. They go in wanting to do a new narrative, you know, and they're really good at telling stories. If you don't believe me,
no, I mean
play
totally
Red Dead Redemption once. That shit will suck you in. But
you can't do that.
And I do appreciate the Saints Row games because I think Rockstar is more about character development, and Volition has been more about the player developing the character.
Yeah, it's more about fucking shit up and having fun.
Which you can do in Grand Theft Auto.
Just
without superpowers.
Lame.
Dude, fuck it. You know what? You know what? Codes? You know what killed Saints Row 4 for me when I was playing it?
No.
You know what killed it for me? No. When they gave me fucking superpowers.
Well,
it made half of the game useless. I can run faster than all the cars, and I can punch things to death. I don't need half the game anymore. Thanks for killing the experience.
I'm assuming at this point there's still going to be a Saints Row 5. This is really, truly the point where...
We'll see what they do next.
I mean...
What can they do next?
Time traveling.
If they do that.
The Saints save Christmas.
Yeah, motherfucker. They just go on full-on B-movie camp. They're like, here's an entire game. Fuck you, people who say, oh, we're only telling one story. We're going to tell 4 stories. Guess what? The Saints are saving Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and the Super Bowl, because that's a holiday now.
No.
Totally a holiday.
5 stories, because Saints Row 5.
And the Saints saved the Saints Row franchise. What's up? They go full-on postal guy. They burn down the Volition offices. And then...
Yeah.
Something.
On New Earth.
On New Earth. Suddenly, this company called Volition pops up and hires Johnny Gat and all the various other Saints to voice the characters of themselves in these games, and they completely destroy all of the walls, not just the 4th wall.
Nope, I'm done.
I want to see Johnny Gat in a recording booth.
RJ's eyes.
I want to see...
It's like taking Nolan North, voicing Nolan North, and turning that shit to 11.
I want to see Daniel Day Kim dressed up as Johnny Gat.
Voicing Johnny Gat.
No, they just...
voicing Johnny Gat.
No, shut up.
No, Johnny Gat is voicing
Saints Row 5 is just going to be a full-on FMV adventure game where
no,
I'm writing Saints Row 5.
No, I just think it should be. I think it should be Kim dressed as Johnny Gat, being voiced by Johnny Gat in the game. Like he's Johnny Gat walks into the booth and starts voicing himself, and then when the game plays, it is just them live action.
So it's
yeah, you see it. Just
but
completely.
But if it's live action, Daniel Day Kim, they have to be like, well, we really liked him as an actor, but his delivery was terrible, so we got someone to dub over him, and then the dubbing has to be bad the whole time, where it just like is off by like just enough.
Yeah. So you know.
Or there's emphasis put in the wrong spots.
If they ever did an idea like that, though, Nolan North would actually have to be put in the game.
Man.
Nolan North voicing Nolan North, who voices Nolan North in the faux volition.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about Grand Theft Auto?
No.
It's been a lot of fun. Tennis. Tennis was really funny because at one point there was a really long volley back and forth, and Mike just yelled, "Would you just fucking screw up already?" Which was really great.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of really good moments in this game, and the story is really good so far. I'm looking forward to beating the ever-loving shit out of it, which is something I don't get to say very often. I love it, so I'm looking forward to beating it.
I'm looking forward to sitting and not playing it and crying myself to sleep every night until they port it to PC.
Yeah. All right, we're going back to news stories. We already banged one out. I'm not going to read that one because it's
depressing
and not cool. So Warhammer Online is closing down.
Sucks for you guys, because I hated that game.
Fuck you very much.
I only played it during its initial launch, and it was buggy and terrible.
Well, yeah, but so are children when they're born. They just scream and shit themselves. Do games not get a... No, games don't get a... Listen, yeah, there was a lot of shit wrong with that game, but I have a collector's edition sitting on my shelf.
Yep.
And
yes, he does. I should have saved it until after they fixed the bugs and then played it, because I wouldn't have soured the experience.
They should have fixed the bugs a year and a half before they fixed the bugs, because really there were some bugs, and there were, more than anything, there were server stability issues.
Yeah, that was the biggest complaint I heard and had was just server crashes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, there are some things that I could talk about that you would literally only know about if you played the game, so I'm not really going to get into it.
Right.
Other than the pity punt, which is really funny for anybody who knows what that is.
This game's only been out for about 5 years, hasn't it?
I think it's been less than... I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember.
See what the article says.
It doesn't.
Hey, today is the 5th anniversary of the launch of Mythic Warhammer Online.
Hey, check that out. That game's been out for 5 years. Anyways,
hey, look at that.
That's closing down and it makes me sad.
Oh, poor baby. Want a hug?
Nah.
Okay.
Not from you.
Oh. But you want me to dance around in lingerie?
Hell yes.
Do we get to hug after?
Do we get to post it on the website after?
Sure.
Nice. Content.
Sweet.
All right.
HD camera and boom mics.
Yeah, I don't know. The game was a lot of fun.
I'm sure people enjoyed it.
The end game PvE content was total garbage, which I think was a huge killer for it. And, like, I don't know, I have not been keeping super close track of it, but after, like, 2 years, they had added, like, one additional end-game area. So the way that it had worked was they added this new zone, and it was a full-on, like, you're coming here to fight people zone, or do, like, daily quests or whatever. And every couple of hours, I think it was, like, 8, so, like, 3 times a day, you would fight the enemies to gain control of the dungeon.
Oh, okay.
Which is, like, kind of a cool idea.
Right.
Unless you're on the losing side a lot.
Right.
And that's kind of a bullshit idea.
Right.
But then, the content inside the place was total garbage.
And Planetside.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about Planetside anymore. So, in-game sales are funding this Counter-Strike Championship.
I didn't know
cool.
I didn't know there was in-game purchases.
Like Dota 2.
Yeah, something like that. Like, I've already paid into CSGO a little bit, because there was a, hey, support these map makers thing. and it was supposed, and I think it's normally like $4 or $8 or something, but I think I paid like $2. So I was like, cool. Yeah, sure, I'll do this, whatever.
Sweet. I didn't even know there was like, is it for like weapons packs and shit like that?
Yeah, weapons packs or probably some.
It says 100 new weapon skins. Added 2 weapons for all players.
Oh, nifty.
So yeah. $250,000 prize pool for DreamHack 2013.
So far,
that's pretty good.
Yeah. Go CS, go.
Go Valve, continue. See, and that's really smart because it's Valve supporting their own game with their game.
Yeah,
that's a good way to do it.
Just listen, if we really need Cold Fusion, I'm sure Valve can figure it out. They have managed to figure out how to manufacture cold hard cache, so I'm sure they can manufacture cold hard neutron clusters or something.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah, it'll happen. Yeah, that's cool. I mean,
yeah, I think that's awesome.
I mean, it reaches back to what they did for the international this year, where the prize pool started at 1.6 million with the top team getting $1 million, and then they raised like 1.2 additional million
for everyone.
Just selling these fucking digital things, and it's really goddamn cool because it just means everybody who's getting paid is getting paid more.
Yep.
Well, and it means that you're supported by the people who are watching you, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like the people who won the money, all of that money came from people who watched the international.
Right.
And that's really cool.
I thought this story was pretty interesting.
Yeah, SimCity is putting in DLC for the Red Cross for charity.
Yeah, like if you have like a disaster in your city, you can actually dispatch like Red Cross tents and shit to help with the disaster relief.
That's interesting.
Neat.
Yeah.
I have like one piece of. Hey, I have SimCity, you guys.
Yeah, you do.
That was a mistake.
Why?
Because it's terrible. I heard they'd fixed the traffic issues, maybe, and cheetah speed might be back in it.
Yeah, they did that months ago.
Okay, well, that explains. This will show you how long I haven't played it in.
Even without cheetah speed, though, I still really wanted to play it. But then I just ended up watching way too many people play it online.
I mean, it was cool. It's like the building tools are cool, but it's the part where the simulation breaks that's less cool.
Well, yeah. When you name your game Simulation City, the simulation part should actually function.
Yeah, probably.
It's kind of important.
Hey, everybody, let's go to work. Let's all go to the same job. That job's full. Let's go to the next job, like the next cubicle over. Okay, everybody's time to go home.
Let's all try to pour into the same house. Wait,
that house is
full.
Oh, damn it.
Keep walking down the street.
You know what the worst
Keep
part?
knocking on doors. Somebody won't be home eventually.
I mean, the fucked up thing was that, like, I tried to... you can't punish criminals in that game. Because it's like, this person's an arsonist, and they're going home. I was like, oh yeah? Where are they walking into? Fuck your house. You don't have a house there anymore. Because I demolished it. And they're like, well, guess what? Tomorrow, I get a new house. Because they're going to work, and I'm not. I'm going to work on your economy. So I'm putting it in the toilet. Yeah, that was dumb. I have like, Leaf Hybrid DLC in my game. Because it raises people's happiness.
Sweet.
And it was free.
Sweet.
And I said, yeah, sure, this is really stupid. I'll put this in my game.
There you go. Really exciting news. Diablo 3 auction house closing down.
Yeah, this is... Yeah.
It shouldn't have existed in the first place.
I don't know.
You play a lot,
listen,
you play a lot of Diablo?
No, I've played no Diablo, but you know what? This existed anyways outside of Diablo, and guess what? There will probably be another Diablo 3 auction house springing up on shady-ass websites. So the one thing that I will say that is nice is that they took the shady aspect out of it.
Yeah, I guess. Whatever, it broke the game.
Oh, sure.
It broke the game because for people who, and I'm not saying I'm one of these people, but for people who didn't want to be burdened with the online aspects of Diablo 2,
people whose time was worth more than their money,
right? You just didn't have to go and play online. You just play single player. Diablo 3, it's always online still, even after the auction house is removed. It's still going to be DRM.
Yep.
And it shoves the online aspects down the player's throat.
Yeah.
Well, because you can tell that this was about to be an MMO, and then everybody was like, "If you do that, no." They were literally like, "Hey, Diablo MMO," and everybody was just like, "You do that, we kill you." Diablo 3. That's how it happened.
I must have missed that.
No, that's how it happened. There was death threats to Blizzard to make this game.
Whatever, dude. There's death threats to Blizzard to make StarCraft Online.
Well, fuck them.
World of StarCraft, Universe of StarCraft.
Yeah, Galaxy of StarCraft.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're still getting death threats over fucking StarCraft Ghost. I'm pretty sure they can take it.
Well, they've been taking it for years.
Yeah.
But this is
no, out of your wallet.
Not out of my wallet.
Out of my wallet. I buy Blizzard products out the wazoo. But it's one of those things where Diablo 3 was one of the most anticipated PC sequels to ever exist ever.
Yeah.
And then they fucking ruined it. And just, that's it. Like, it was broken.
There was an alarmingly fast drop rate for my friends who were Diablo fans who got Diablo 3.
And just went, nope.
And they talked about it so much before launch, and then they just stopped talking about it.
So I guess it's kind of important to note that the shutdown is not occurring until March 18th, 2014.
Oh yeah, it's next year.
So,
it's going to be in a couple of months.
Get your dollars while you can.
Yeah, no shit. Trade your gold for actual cash while you still can.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then they'll be like, "Oh well, we had such a demand for it.
Bringing it back.
We're gonna go ahead and just keep it up."
Loot 3.0. We're bringing the auction house back.
There you go.
And everything is gray. Because fuck you.
Fuck you. But that's, in tandem, successful console release of the game, though. Apparently it plays really well on consoles.
Well, yeah, I mean, they
so.
had years to look at Torchlight and go, wait, how are you doing that?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Is Torchlight on consoles?
The original one is.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, no, that's not entirely... That's not true. Blizzard released Diablo on consoles. They've done it before. Yeah.
Okay.
They knew how to do it. I'm just saying...
Yeah, tell that to StarCraft 64.
Bum bum.
That's just a bad game.
Yeah, you're right.
But that's like saying, hey, look at Command and Conquer for the Super Nintendo, you know? Like,
yeah, look at it.
Yeah, it's terrible. Try to put a real-time strategy on a console and you're fucking it up.
Yeah. I don't know, I've never played have you played the console versions of old Diablo?
Yeah.
Are they any good?
I have the console version of Diablo 1, and it's the PC version, except without clicking, you use the directional pad, like X to swing.
God, I was joking around with people, and I was wondering if you could play Diablo 3 with Kinect and just yell click 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 click.
You point and click.
You're literally point and click into the microphone.
Like, because usually people
click 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 potion click 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 click.
People usually they call like the isometric view that Diablos use like a point and click adventure thing. Like,
yeah.
Like a point and click movement scheme or something like that. So you're literally just pointing at the screen and just going click 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 click, and that's, oh god, that'd be terrible.
Or the best.
Or the best. Potion click click. Of course, you can't potion in Diablo 3 because there's a fucking cooldown on potions. Way to go, Blizzard.
And then,
I drank this potion. I'm full. I gotta wait 30 seconds.
If you're willing to do it,
Fuckers.
Anybody can Berserker Leap. You just have to jump from one side of your living room to the other.
Oh my god. Imagine the YouTube videos of people trying to Berserker Leap across their
You have to go to the
room.
bathroom if you want to use another potion.
Right, because you gotta pee out the old one.
Mm-hmm. But you have to take the Kinect sensor with you. Because it's always watching.
It's always watching. That's one thing that really pissed me off about.
And then they're going to post pictures of it on your Facebook page.
Oh, you mean like the Nintendo Wii? They did that.
Totally did that.
Well,
people sitting there like fucking...
What did they do?
I thought that was the Kinect.
Connected it too.
Oh, okay. Whatever. There's one thing that always pissed me off about Diablo 3 when I first started playing it was... Because in the other two good Diablos, there's a potion bar, and it was bound to your num keys.
Right.
And your spell was right-click.
Mm-hmm.
Really simple, really easy, really effective. Because
right.
you could have a variety of potions, and if you got improved belts, you could stack the potion, so when you use one, it refilled.
Mm-hmm.
In Diablo 3, there's a potion button.
Right.
You could stack potions within that potion button, but there was a cooldown, and all of your spells were binded to various buttons.
Right.
Versus the right-click scheme. It's just like, dude, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, especially cooldowns on potions, because, you know how in the original Diablos, it was hard to come by, like, the next tier of potion, so you just stack a bunch of the shitty ones,
right,
and just burn through them. Very similar problem in Diablo 3. It's very hard to come across the next tier of potion, but because there's a cooldown and they're so precious, you don't want to waste it.
Right.
But you can't burn through all of the shitty potions.
I don't want to use this rocket launcher. What if I have to use the rocket launcher? Oh, they took all my guns away.
Yeah.
God damn it!
I got arrested. Fuck.
Yeah.
That was one of my biggest gripes about Diablo 3, which is an old gripe, obviously.
Yeah.
They took all your guns away?
No.
Yeah, but yes.
But yes, but no.
Right before you got to use the rocket launcher?
Right before I got to use the rocket launcher, they were just like, nope, arrested.
So, one more bit of news, and then we'll wrap this up?
Yeah, go for it.
EVO 2014, they're switching to 360 consoles.
What? No more arcade machines or PS2s?
Well,
can't be.
Okay, so...
Can't be. You're a liar.
The EVO originally started as an arcade...
You're a liar.
...only tournament.
Yeah, that's...
Because they wanted arcade realism.
That was the point of my expression.
Right, and then in 04 they switched over to PlayStation 2s, and then they just kind of stuck with PS3s because I don't remember what the original logic for it was. It was like they had more fighting games or they were easier to get or something. Right. But yeah, they just stuck with them. So switching to 360s at this point is kind of
a big deal.
It's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Because Evo is for people who don't know, Evo is the
premier fucking fighting game tournament.
It's the fighting game tournament, and it takes place in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. And they bring people out, and they yell at each other and call each other nasty names.
And the PS3 was having, issues with the fighting games, wasn't it? I wonder if it says it in the article.
I don't know. As far as I'm aware, the
PS3 there we go. The most likely reason for the change is the inconsistencies in performance the PS3 version of some games suffer from.
Okay.
And yeah, that's what I had heard previously.
Well, yeah, there was like frame rate bugs in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yep.
I think there's like frame rate dips and stuff like that, which is for a game that's so high pace.
Yeah,
frame rate's kind of important.
Yeah.
As we saw when we tried to record Dive Kick at 30 frames.
Well, see, that's the thing. You know what this means? Dive Kick can't go to Evo.
You're right. It can't.
Collusion.
Oh my.
Either that, or they'll fucking make an or they'll just bring out a PC and use 360 controllers on it.
Or ginormous.
Or giant goddamn buttons. Yeah.
Mad Cats are making them. Hello.
Are they actually making those?
Did they get enough pre-orders for them?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Don't get my hopes up like that.
You realize it'll be the only thing he buys with the last of his money, right?
I don't need to eat, son. I'll eat people's tears on the internet
with my dive kick buttons.
Yeah, it comes with a peripheral for that. It hooks an IV into their arm and delivers it directly to me.
Sweet. Through
my Transmat supporter.
It looks a lot like a hamster water thing.
Bottle?
And yeah, I mean the water bottle with the little tube at the end.
Yeah, we know what you're talking about.
So that way RJ just beats them and then leans up and then just starts licking at the end of the tube and then he gets his little bit of sadness from them and is sustained
your tears of unfathomable sadness.
Yeah, and is sustained for the next 5 minutes while he destroys the next noob.
Yeah, I love watching the.
There will be tears.
I love watching the Evo streams. They're always really awesome tournaments. Professional fighting game people are just nuts at the shit they do.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to somebody earlier where it was like, I've kind of gotten to a point in my life where I can't watch people play story-based games because it makes me want to claw my goddamn eyes out. Mm-hmm. And it's really hard for me to just watch people play games in general, especially if I know the game, because I'm just like, you're
doing this wrong.
You're doing
I gotta.
Ooh. So I mean, the only things that I can kind of watch now are competitive stuff.
Yeah.
I watched StarCraft for a long time. I'm obviously watching Dota pretty frequently.
Speaking briefly on MOBAs, I won't elaborate too much, but the World Championship for League of Legends was this past weekend.
Uh-huh.
That shit was nuts.
Oh yeah? I believe it.
It was good.
Was it international good?
Well, okay. There was no Dindy the Fountain Hook, right?
Dindy.
But it was just really good. Really,
I believe it.
Really good, really fast paced low play.
I believe it.
Which is relatively.
Wait. No, yeah.
Is that possible?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've been trying to tell you.
There was a team. I can't remember the name of the team. They almost broke the record for fastest game win on record.
Uh-huh.
They were pushing the Nexus at 12 minutes.
I've done it at 18.
That's pretty quick.
And the opposing team only had one tower left.
Well, you're not a professional player.
No, I'm not, but I've done it at 18.
They were getting wiped. But that means you're playing scrubs.
Yeah, it was. It was me and 4 of my friends from college who were playing apparently complete and total dipshits because we slaughtered them.
It was awesome because watching that game, because that was one of the games I watched in full because it was the last game on the stream that night.
Right.
And I'd caught the other game halfway through. It was they literally had pushed the Nexus at 12 minutes, and then because they had a complete team wipe, and the entire team bought in. The entire team bought in and just swarmed and pushed them back off the Nexus, and I was like, shit! And then they were obviously going to lose, but they held them off the Nexus. The game still lasted I think it was 29 minutes. They kept them off the Nexus for a solid 15 minutes.
Yeah, and you can do things,
and that was good.
If you can manage to do that, and you could actually make moves in that game, and
just to talk briefly on my recent competitive play watching.
Inhibitor respawning is pussy bullshit. Go on.
Anyways, so I'm excited for Evo 214, especially because if they are going to go for full Microsoft exclusivity, that means they might get Xbox One on the next one, which means Killer Instinct Pro Play.
Right.
Right. Well, that's the other thing.
God, I didn't think about
switching to 360s at this point sort of seems nuts. Like there's the understanding that yes, there are games that they still play Street Fighter 4, they still play Street Fighter 3, they still play fucking probably Street Fighter 2
HD, dude.
They still play these old games that need older consoles, but I don't know. I guess the problem was big enough for them to say, yes, we need to change this.
Well, we'll see what happens next year.
Yeah. Got anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
All right. So we're gonna wrap this up.
Woo!
This has been the Slashplayed Podcast for this week.
It has been.
Yeah, man.
Come and join us next week for more stupidity.
I'll sit you on my lap. You tell me what you want for Christmas.
Woo! All right.
Say goodbye, Saints
Keith.
Row will say
bye, Keith.
Bye, guys.